Ninjakees.
Yo ninjas, welcome back to the show. NINJABOX today, how are you doing and what did you guys eat today? Yes! So today we're going to draw a Halloween Chew or Pikachu / Halloween, a crossover between Pikachu and Halloween. So let's do this and make it happen. Yes! Alright, so here in this piece, it was a bit weird how it came to be. Like I was drawing on Twitch live on the stream and then I walked downstairs to get some coffee and then like suddenly this idea popped in my mind, something that could be drawn quickly and fast, and I thought, hey, it's almost Halloween, why not mix a Pikachu with Halloween? So that's how it came to be, and because it's like not a too difficult drawing, I could execute it faster, and that's how it came to be. So most times I start with the sketch. Yeah, I'm not like Kim Young-gi, you know, that master. He's really good as well. If you don't know Kim Young-gi yet, check him out on the tube or on the interweb. He's like a dude that draws everything right from his mind without an undersketch. Really cool. So how this piece came to be is like I first drew the sketch. And with the sketch, I think that's the most difficult part, at least for drawing, to get the idea on the table, you know, on paper. So that's what I did, sketching first how I wanted the Halloween Chew to look like. And yeah, use the mechanical pencil for this. I most times use a mechanical pencil because you don't have to sharpen it. And I have this mechanical pencil that has these little nips in it, the pencil things that resist a bit more than the normal ones. So that's I mostly use that. I enjoy drawing with it. The thing is, it breaks quite well sometimes while sketching, and so when drawing this piece I mostly start with a sketch, ink, color, and then some highlights. So what I did was, after the sketch, used some ink, Sumi ink, and inking it with the G pen. So yeah, that's mostly the process that I go under when inking stuff. You can also use microns or other fine liners if you don't want to smudge. Like, I believe the fine liners are faster dried up. But the thing with the G pen is, what I enjoy of the G pen is that you can control the lines from thick to thin and thin to thick. Of course you can make similar lines with the other pens as well, but I just like the feeling of the G pen, like how it makes the ink flow on paper. So that's most times why I use the G pen. Next to that, yeah, you have to sometimes wait a little bit for it to dry, and there are also techniques to make it dry faster, like with a hair dryer or paper or tissues or things like that. And when making drawings with ink, it's also handy to, for example, with the drying process, when making manga, for example, making more pages at once so that the other page can dry, and then you can continue the other page, like, and then when you're done with the other one, you can take the other one. So it's like a batch of drawings that you can make, or that I sometimes do when making manga, when making more pages, like leave that other page resting a bit on another table place, lay it out of sight, and then continue with another piece, and then switch it, like, so it can dry as well. And also check, of course, when something is dried up, because sometimes when you're really into the flow of drawing something, you sometimes forget it's still wet and then smudge it. At least that's what I have. And it's also handy if you're right-handed to draw ink from left to right, and vice versa when you're left-handed from right to left. But sometimes you want to make lines and you need to rotate and stuff, so yeah, they're things, you know, things. So let it dry, and yeah, so when I was finally done with the inking, I believe Fate Watcher on Twitch saw like, oh shit, this is like more like a Raiju. I was like, shit, like a Raiju, Raichu. So and I was going for a Pikachu. So yeah, that was like shit. What have I done? So the handy thing is, like, I have a scanner, and if you have a scanner you can use the same techniques, but what I basically did was, so the body of the Pikachu was too big, which is why it looked more like a Raichu. So scanned the drawing in and then make the body a little bit smaller, so it's more anatomically, or at least like when you look at a Pikachu picture, that it's more like a Pikachu instead of a Raichu. So make the body a bit smaller so that it does fit as a Pikachu, or can go for a Pikachu. So that's what I did digitally. So those techniques you can also use if you have a scanner and draw traditionally. And if you draw fully digital, it's way easier to do these things. But me personally, I enjoy to touch my tools, you know, like just touch it with, yeah, paper, pen and stuff like that. This does not mean that I cannot draw stuff digitally, but I just enjoy the flow of the traditional stuff. And yeah, it's like, I guess it's also personal taste, like with food. Like some people like hamburgers and some people like pizza, but you also have people that like both of them, so they can do both. And I guess it's also what you prefer or what you want to go for as an end result, you know? Like me, I cannot draw the lines that I do traditionally, digitally. Maybe with a Cintiq, but I don't have a Cintiq. But with a smaller tablet I cannot really make the same lines. So when I want to make the same lines, they don't look the same digital. At least for me. Like maybe some people can 100% do the exact lines they do traditional, digital, or with some tools or something. But for me, I cannot do that yet. Or maybe if you guys know or can do that, let me know in the comments if you have those skill set that you can do the exact same thing traditional, like the lines, and then also digital. And how do you do that? So that's also a thing. And also like, what do you want as the end result? And so when the inking was done, I went coloring with Copic markers and some twin markers and Copic markers. So Copic markers are markers, I believe made in Japan, that you can also refill. That's why they are recyclable, because you can use them again and again by getting refills. And I believe it's also cheaper when getting refills, but it's more of a hassle to put the refills in it. Yeah, I had some times where it went a bit wrong, but I do have some refills. The thing is with the Copic markers, they're quite expensive, so I believe if you buy more, it is less per piece. You have like special boxes and then it's cheaper if you go for that. And you also have twin markers that I found out lately at a supermarket called Action, or a store called Action. I'm not too sure if you also have it at other places. But the twin markers are basically the cheaper version of Copic markers, but they still can color really nicely. I don't believe you can refill them, but if you can, let me know in the comments. I haven't done that yet. But they are way cheaper, like over here it's like 12 pieces of markers, so 12 markers for like $4 or €4, so that's about the same price. So it's way cheaper, and yeah, when you want to color a lot, or yeah, it's really handy. Or if you have a budget, you know, it's handy to get those markers or cheaper markers that can have similar results. The thing with the twin markers is what the ones that I have, they have a hard brush and a smaller brush. But with the Copic markers, I mostly like the sketch Copic markers, because you can it's like a brush, you know, so it's not hard. You can easily merge the colors. So that's why I also sometimes mix them both, because of the brush. Because the Copic markers that I have the brush, and the twin markers don't. So for some moments I will have to use them, or yeah, when the time comes. This does not mean that I cannot draw only with twin markers, or you can make cool stuff with it. It's just your preference as well. So yeah, mostly use Copic markers and twin markers as a mix in this Pikachu piece. And yeah, I really like to color with those markers. I think that's also one of the most fun parts. Not that I don't like the other parts, but yeah, I like all the parts. Inking, coloring, sketching. And sketching is the hardest part. at least for me, when you have to think a lot. So it's also handy to have some kind of a visualization in your mind what you want to draw, or get some reference if you don't know how to draw something. When it comes, you know, when you're stuck, use reference. At least that's what I do. If there is reference, like if there isn't any reference that you can find, for example with poses or stuff, yeah, it's handy to look for them, or ask people to do them, or have some kind of a figure that does it for you, or or maybe also 3D models that you can make them do the pose that you want. But for this, it's like a simple Pikachu. I watched at some Pikachu references, like I believe most people know how Pikachu looks like, right? But yeah, only for the anatomically body size part went a bit wrong, but it's easily fixed when scanning in and fixing it a bit traditionally. So yeah, I guess do with what you have, the tools that you have or that you can use. And if you don't have the tools yet that you want to use, get them somehow, or find a way. Yeah, maybe it's sometimes difficult. I don't know your guys' situation, but yeah, at least try to figure it out, or get the tools that you need. And I guess with simple tools you can also do certain things. But yeah, if you want to ink, of course it's handy to have ink and not only a pencil. And also experimenting a lot. So yeah, there are many ways to do stuff when creating things. Yeah. So when I finished coloring with the Copic and twin markers, I mostly use some highlights. So I also use like a white pencil, like I believe it's a normal white pencil, and some white ink to add some highlights where I think it's needed, like a bit of the shiny-ish effect, or yeah, things like that. And also when coloring with Copic markers, figuring out where the shades are, try to figure a bit out where the lights come from and stuff like that. At least that's what I did with this piece. And yeah, it was a fun one. I like Pikachu and Halloween. Like, yeah, are you guys gonna celebrate Halloween this month? Yeah, over here we don't really celebrate Halloween like in other countries, or I believe in America that's like you go through the doors and then ask for candy, but it's not really here like this habit or this thing, you know. But I thought always like Halloween was something cool, or from what you see in movies or the media and stuff, those characters, everybody can dress up like things. So yeah, I'm gonna celebrate Halloween with family. Like there's this Halloween party going on, and the theme is Hollywood. So yeah, I have something in mind as what to go, but I cannot tell it yet. So yeah, if you ninjas gonna celebrate Halloween, as what kind of Hollywood character would you dress up, or any other character, if you go to celebrate it? Yeah, and which is your favorite Halloween character? I think my favorite is Jack Skellington, or the Pumpkin King, the Pumpkin Man, like the guy with the pumpkin head. I think that is one of my favorite characters. Yeah, Jack Skellington, I really like that character. I believe a lot of people do, like, yeah. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Halloween, yeah. Really awesome. Alright, so this is how the Pikachu, or a Halloween Chew, I should say, turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have learned something, or get some kind of information here. If you guys have any other questions about making pieces like this, or anything, you can just let me know in the comments, and let me know as what would you dress up for Halloween. So yeah, ninjas, thank you very much for watching this video once again. NINJABOX, diddly, and see you guys the next time. Peace out.
Choose your ways for more Ninjakees.
Become a ninja.
You can seek me anywhere by the name Ninjakees. Sneak your name in the arena in his nickname.